Hey, what's up YouTube? Sam Explains here, and today we are going to be doing a how to unlock Ultimate Bunny guide again, but it's going to be a optimized guide. A lot of the people in the community were kind of confused since we've had so many updates and the methods have kind of changed, such as we don't have to teleport in and out, the void farms have been buffed, as well as a couple of the farms have changed. I didn't really like my first video anyways, so I was like, you know what, I might as well do another one, kind of update it, make it better. The other Ultimate Bunny guide was my first guide ever, and there was a lot of stumbling, a lot of stuff like that. I wanted to make a better one, and since the community wanted me to make a new one, I went ahead and did a poll. I asked, hey, which guide do you want to see next? And I had Ultimate Bunny listed as one of the options as an update guide, and it won by a landslide. So we are just going to go ahead and do that. So for any future players that might be watching this video, if you're new or maybe you just haven't unlocked Ultimate Bunny yet, I'm going to show you exactly what to do, break it down, show you where to go, all that good stuff. And let's just go ahead and jump into it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is grab these blue mats. So the first one we're going to get is Repton. We're going to teleport to Kingston, and you can go anywhere here on the map. It doesn't really matter, but if you would like to follow me, you absolutely can. I am going to go to the Grand Square. Then what you're going to want to do is just run around the area. Do you see all of these icons right here, the little diamond icons? So you're going to want to open these, and that's going to contain the Repton. It's going to have a chance to contain it. The blue mats are extremely easy to get, so see how right there we got Repton. And you can also come over here. If you see these resource boxes, you can just like hit them open or shoot them, and they also have a chance of containing it. So that's how you would get the Repton mats. Rinse and repeat until you have enough. After you get the Repton, we're going to be moving on to the ceramic composite. That is going to be anywhere in the White Knight Gulch with the munitions and the resource boxes. So this one, I am going to teleport over here to the observatory, and the same rule applies. You're just going to run around, press your scan key, and open these munition boxes. And there we go, the ceramic composite. You can just keep running around and looting it until you have enough. There we go, we got some more. So it's very simple. The blue mats are always going to be very easy. It's basically just teleport anywhere inside of that specific area, and all of the resource boxes and the munition boxes have a chance to contain it. This is going to be one of the mats that changed the encrypted NOR rule circuit. However, we're still going to do the same method. We're going to go to Hazy Swamp just because this mission is very fast. So we're going to go to Echo Swamp here and teleport to the Misty Woods. You're going to come over here, and it's going to be Hazy Swamp. It used to be where the journal info would only show up that you could get this in normal, and they added a lot more spots where you could get it. However, the method's still going to be the same. I think Hazy Swamp is overall the best one that you can do. If you'd like to try some of the others, you can, but anyways, you're just going to start this mission and run in here. Use Bunny for this because it's going to be a lot quicker. You're just going to AoE all the ads. It should only take you about a minute, and then you're going to come over here and 2 elites are going to spawn. These are going to be the elites right here, and you're just going to kill them. And these right here are going to drop the encrypted neural circuits. Sometimes they'll drop multiples, it just kind of depends. However, it should only take you a minute to complete this mission. So you're just going to keep spamming this until you have enough. It's really not that difficult. You don't have to be like super built or anything. You just have to be built enough to kill those elites. You can do this in normal as well if you want. You can maybe get through it a little faster because in hard mode, they are going to have a little bit more HP. However you want to do it, though, Hazy Swamp is the method that I used. I think it's a good method. You can get those runs done really quickly. Then we're going to be moving on to the Ultimate Bunny Enhanced Cells blueprint. Then you're going to have 2 options. We're going to ignore the normal options in this video because it just drops the drop rate way too low. It's just not worth it. I don't recommend it. Always do this in hard mode. Hacking the Outpost doesn't require you to be really built, so you should be able to do this if you finish the campaign and have a little bit of upgraded gear. Never do the normal mode on these. It's just not worth it. The drop chances are too low. So your first option here is going to be the pattern 73. This one is going to, so they're both of these options are going to contain the enhanced cells for Ultimate Bunny at a 10% drop rate. However, the thing that is going to change is with the new update, these 2 pieces also contain Ultimate Valby. So one of them is going to contain the Ultimate Valby Stabilizer at a 32% chance, and then one of them is going to contain the Ultimate Valby Spiral Catalyst at a 20% chance. So if you want the Ultimate Valby Spiral Catalyst, you would do do pattern 73. And if you want the Ultimate Bunny and then Ultimate Biometal Stabilizer, you would do this one, which is 113. Keep in mind, if you do want to do pattern 73, this boss up here is pretty difficult if you're not geared, so you might want to set your world to public. However, we are going to do pattern 113. So the 113 pattern is going to be over here in Hagios, and it's going to be this outpost right here, and we are going to need Sharen unlocked for this. I'll go ahead and show you guys my Sharen build, because ideally you do want to have 2 mods on her that are built up. That way you don't have to do 2 rotations. You can just go in there, get it all done in one go. I'll show you guys right now. So we're going to teleport here to the forward base, and then we're going to change to Sharen. All right, now that you have Sharen equipped, we're going to go ahead and look at her modules here real quick. So these are the 2 main ones that you want. So skill extension and maximize duration. With these 2 mods, you're pretty much going to be able to hack any outpost in the game in one rotation. You won't have to jump out and hug the wall. So you can do this very budget build. Like if you can see here, all I have is increased HP, maximize duration, and skill extension. You don't have to have like an energy activator in her. You don't have to have her built up. You just want these 2 mods leveled up so you get more time to do your outpost. And if you want, you can throw something like an increased defense on and just not level it up completely, just to give you a little bit more survivability. But for me, it doesn't really matter because my Thunder Cage is maxed, so I don't have any troubles. But that's basically the 2 mods that you're going to want. Also the increased HP mod, of course. All right, after you got Sharen unlocked, we're going to teleport over here to the forward base tactical transporter. We're going to go ahead and run over to the outpost, and I will show you guys how to hack a outpost, just in case you don't know, maybe you're new. So to hack an outpost, Sharen is required. You're going to use her stealth ability and run in and disable the machines. So like so, I stealth in. You're going to roll up here. These are going to light up. You're going to press E on them, or whatever your button is for console, to disable them. Once you disable them, a boss is going to spawn. You have two options. Almost forgot this one. You have 2 options. You can clear the ads like so and then kill the boss, or you could just focus the boss. Whichever is easier for you, it doesn't really matter. And there you go, we would get a pattern to drop. Keep in mind, this isn't 100% drop rate, so you will have to keep spamming this. Generally, I basically do this until I have like 5 patterns, and then I'll go fight the boss. Speaking of which, we'll go ahead and head over to the boss. Equip your most powerful Descendant. The boss is going to be over here. He is going to be a guy that laser beams you. It's going to be Immortal Gruncah, and then it'll show you the patterns right here. You are going to need Inorganic and Polymer. So I'm going to change to my Ultimate Bunny here, and we are going to go fight the boss. Teleport to the Fractured Monolith Tactical Transporter, and just follow me. This one can be kind of tricky to get to, so I'll show you guys where this is at. You're just going to grapple up here and go to your left. And you're going to keep running over here, take another left. And you're going to have to grapple up top. It's going to be up here. And then you're going to see a little cave here, and you're just going to run through this cave, and this is going to be it right here. You're going to summon this boss, and if you're not that geared, again, set your world to public. People are most likely going to be fighting this boss, and you're just going to start the fight. So this guy's going to fire laser beams at you. You got to be careful. It will do a lot of damage if you are not geared. Basically, you want to kite him around this little machine. So when he spins like that, it's going to drop these things on the ground. You just have to avoid the circles. Here's the laser beam. You're going to basically just hide behind cover when he shoots this, because it does do a lot of damage. Phase 2, he is going to spawn his orbs. It used to be that you had to kill these in order. However, they took that mechanic out of the game, so you should be good to go. Just kill him in whatever order you want to. I know I'm good when he does that spinning attack. All right, he does his beam. I take cover behind what I can, and you just work him down. If you do get too close to him, he will do a slam attack, so keep that in mind. And that's pretty much the fight. Obviously, it might take you a little bit longer. I have no life this game, so I am really geared. So if we come over here, we'll see the pattern over here. Here's the Ultimate Biometal Stabilizer, and then here's the Bunny Enhanced Cells. So you would just roll it. And I didn't get it, but you know, rinse and repeat, that's what you would do, and that's how you would get that piece. Moving on, we're going to go ahead and go to the Superfluid. We're going to teleport to the Sterile Land. It doesn't really matter where you teleport, but we'll go ahead and switch it up. Let's try going to the repository this time. And again, you're just going to scan the map. We got a couple up here, so let's go ahead and open those. And there we go. We're going to get some Superfluid there. And see how we got metal accelerant there? It is going to be RNG on which one you get. So you're just going to keep, with all the blue maps, you're just going to teleport to that specific map, run around, scan, open the munition boxes, and hit the resource boxes and or shoot them, and you are good to go. Then we're going to move on to Hardeners, which is going to be in the Vespers. What is going on? Oh my goodness. Boys, I didn't do anything. All right. Whoa. Relax. Okay. We're good. We're going to go to Vespers and let's teleport to the ruins. The reason why I like going here is because if I scan, see all this, like if you jump up here, it has a lot of boxes. So you would just loot all these boxes right here. See how we get some hardeners right there. Next up, I'm going to show you guys the specialized Biometal. So this one is going to be way quicker using this method than the previous method. So for this one, we are going to teleport down here to the Hagios Dune Base strategic outpost. And what we're going to do is go do this reactor. So let's go ahead and teleport here to the Dune Base Tactical Transporter. And then what we're going to do is we're going to run over here to this void mission. And the reason why this is good is because it spawns 3 elites and they all have a chance of dropping that biometal, as well as it's right next to an outpost that has an elite that also drops the biometal. I did want to mention for this one specifically, there have been some players that are doing this and then aborting the mission to keep their shards. I do not want to get anyone in trouble or banned. The devs have said do not do anything that is not intended within the gameplay, or you risk getting like your account punished or whatever. So for this video, I'm going to show the full void fragment run. So if you have seen the other methods, do that at your own risk. I personally am not going to do that because I don't think it's intended. So we're just going to go over here and we're going to complete it. Just farm those shards, guys. I'm just trying to look out for you guys to be safe and not try and get your account ruined. So we're going to kill all 3 elites. We are not going to do the other method. We are just going to do it as the game intends it. So let's go ahead and start this up, because this way is also really fast. You really don't need that many shards, and I don't want to risk y'all's guys' accounts trying to do some cheesy stuff. So we are just going to kill these 3 elites, and as I said, they do have a chance to drop them. Let me get some energy here. You're just going to work them down and kill these guys. See how we got some over there off that guy already. So it's the reason why this is good is because it spawns so many mobs, like elites, so you have a chance of getting quite a few just off this. See, we got 4 right there, then we got another 4, and then 5 there. So it really doesn't take that long. And if you really wanted to, you could also go over here to this outpost. So far we've gotten 13. You could just come over here to this outpost and like nuke it, and this will also spawn an elite, and he has a chance to drop some as well. See how there's another one right here? So you can get these pretty quickly. It's like way better than what it used to be. See, here we go. Yeah, then we got another 5 right there. So that is going to be the quickest method for getting the biometal. As I said, there is another method that you can do. However, I don't know if that method is going to get you in trouble. So I would recommend just doing this way, just because I don't think it's worth it. Like what you're maybe saving, like, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes of farming. I mean, just it's just not worth it. So I recommend just doing this one and just finishing it, just to protect your account, and then do it as intended. Save yourself the headache, and then you can just kind of rotate back and forth, and you should have it done like fairly quickly. It really doesn't take that long. Next up, we are going to move on to the UBunny Stabilizer blueprint. So if you see here, you can fight Dead Bride. However, we're going to ignore the normal options. It's bad drop rates. Most people probably aren't going to be on hard Frostwalker, so we're going to ignore this. It's going to be the same drop percentage, so you don't have to worry about like those decreased rates. We're going to do this one right here, which is going to be pattern 99. So this one is going to be in the White Knight Gulch. So let's go ahead and teleport over here, and again we are going to use Sharen for this. So let's teleport to the mountaintops, change to Sharen, and then we're going to teleport over here, and we got to wait for this outpost to spawn anyways. This boss is going to take inorganic and polymer. If you wanted to, you could do Freyna's mission over here. To be honest, all the inorganic farms kind of suck. You do have the option, if you want to go over here to the bunny cave, and it drops 6 of them. You'll complete this mission pretty much every like 45 seconds, so that is an option. However, you will need your bunny to be built for skill range, so I'll leave that up to you guys. If your normal bunny isn't built, you can just stick with Freyna and go do this one. But if you wanted to just like get inorganic shards like really quickly, it's going to drop a lower amount, but you'll be able to finish that mission really quickly. It's called the bunny cave. However you want to do it, but the shards are going to be inorganic and polymer. Polymer, you could do it with Viessa, and the best one I found is over here for the polymer shards and the fortress. So they're kind of right next to each other. If you wanted to do these two, both of these missions are pretty quick. But if you don't want to do that, you can totally just do Freyna's. It's completely up to you. The outpost is up, so we're going to go ahead and run over there. We're just going to run to the side of this wall. Keep in mind this outpost can be a little frustrating because there's so many mobs and the boss spawns duplicates. So my recommendation would be to equip Thunder Cage, and this is my Thunder Cage build if anyone wants to copy it. Keep in mind, if you are going to dump all those resources in this build, I do not know if this is the optimal build. You might want to look up a build first before you dump all those resources. However, this is what I'm using, so complete preference, up to you. Whatever you want to do is all good. All right, so we're gonna stealth in here, and this one also sucks because the mobs body block you, so keep that in mind. But you're just gonna hack the outpost just like the other one. You kind of have to jump over these guys here, kind of like a Mario kind of thing, you know? You just hop over them. And then this is why I say Thunder Cage is good for this one, because watch this. All right, we just deleted all the mobs, and then you're gonna focus the boss. So yeah, even me, I got hit by that one. So like he slams, and it's almost the like the range of the entire outpost. So keep that in mind when he does slam down, and you're just gonna focus down the boss. And you know, that's pretty much how it goes. There we go, we got pattern 99. And then we're going to go up here and fight this boss. So you're going to teleport back here, equip your most powerful Descendant. Keep in mind the pattern, the other off pattern, is going to contain ultimate Ajax Spiral Catalyst at a 6% chance. So you will be kind of multi-farming for 2 ultimates at once. You will see a pattern with that. All right, let's change to our ultimate bunny and let's run over there and kill the boss. Teleport back here. Then we're just going to start it up. This is going to be a elite destroyer and an elite warden. Shouldn't be too bad. Just kill the destroyer. This one's going to be the one with the most HP, and then this guy goes down pretty fast. So you're just going to kill him. There we go. Then you're just going to come over here, loot the orb, and there we go, pattern 99. We'll go ahead and roll it. It's right here, the ultimate bunny stabilizer blueprint. You would just roll it. And I didn't get it, but you get the idea. Just rinse and repeat, do the outpost, come back here until you get it, and that's how you would get that piece, and you're good to go. All right, then moving on, we're going to go to the carbon crystals. That's going to be in Hagios, and I like teleporting to the forward base, so we're going to go there, run around the map, and then you're going to come up here and turn to the left. There's going to be a lot of munition boxes here, and you're just going to loot these. So just open these, and we didn't get it that time, but you get the idea. Let's try these over here. And there we go. We got some carbon crystal. So that's how you would do that. Blue mat's extremely easy. Then we're going to go to Fortress for the reverse charging coils. So we're just going to teleport pretty much anywhere. I always go to the defense line. Then we're just going to make a hard right. Scan the area, and we are just going to loot all the boxes. There we go. We got some reverse charging coil. So yeah, again, blue mat's really easy. All right, then we're going to be moving on to the pure energy residue. So they have changed this quite a bit. They buffed these mats a lot. It used to be really hard to farm these because they dropped in such low quantities. However, they have buffed those considerably. You can also, as you see, get these from mission monsters. However, I am still going to do the Enzo method. Keep in mind, you don't have to have Enzo, but he will give you increased rewards if you equip him when you go to hack these vaults. So he is recommended if you do have him. So for the vaults, I like teleporting to the smallest part of the map. So let's try to go over here to the Fallen Arc. Yeah, let's teleport here. Keep in mind, if you also have a buddy or whatnot, you can do this in public and just kind of follow your buddy around, and he can use his mats as well if y'all kind of want to rotate and farm together. So we're going to change to Enzo here, and we're going to turn our game audio on. You will need a hear for this. If you are trying to farm for those code analyzers, which would be in normal, or code breakers, which would be in hard, I highly recommend the anticipated ambush point over here in Sterile Land. It has been a really good farm for these since launch. That would be over here, Sterile Land, and you would teleport to Rockfall and you would go farm this. Use your bunny and or Valby and you can clear this mission within like 30 to 45 seconds and you'll just naturally get a lot of those breakers and analyzers. And if you're not sure what those are, this would be these right here. So if I scroll over this, see how the code breakers, it says at the bottom they can only be used in hard difficulty fields, whereas the code analyzers, if I scroll over it, it can only be used in normal difficulty fields. So depending on which difficulty you're doing this in, it is going to require a different material, but the anticipated ambush point is really good for farming these. So then you're just going to run around the map and scan, and you're going to wait for a audio cue that is going to tell you that you are close to a vault. So that's going to be this audio cue right here. That means I'm looking in the correct direction. See, if I turn around, if I'm not looking in the correct direction, it's a different audio cue. So if you hear this sound, that means you are not looking in the correct direction. So we're going to go ahead and just spam our tab key and run towards it. And here we go. You are just going to press E on it, and then you are going to hack it.
Code, but still a piece of cake.
And that's going to look something like this. So you're going to hit right click and or left click depending on what it shows you on the screen, and they can rotate. So just make sure you are keeping an eye out for that. And that's how you get that map. Again, you could do it with mission monsters. However, this way is just better. You get Kuiper shards as well if you have those materials built up. Moving on, we are going to do the Ultimate Bunny Spiral Catalyst blueprint. So this one, you are going to have a couple options. It's going to change depending on what you're going for. We're going to ignore these two options. So basically what we're looking at is we can either fight hard Pyromaniac or we can do an Outpost. So if you choose to fight hard Pyromaniac, you also have a chance at the Ultimate Valby Code, which is going to be at a 10% chance, and then the Ultimate Bunny Spiral Catalyst is going to be at a 20% chance. If you choose this option down here, it is going to have the Ultimate Glay Enhanced Cells at a 6%, and then an Ultimate Bunny Spiral Catalyst at a 20%. So depending on what you're going for, it's going to change depending on where you're at in the game, right? Because if you can go and down Pyromaniac, you might want to do this option if you are farming for Bunny and Valby at the same time. However, if you're not that far in the game yet to where you can go and fight hard Pyromaniac, you would want to do the Outpost, just because Outposts are typically easier than hard bosses. So for this video, I'll go ahead and just go to the Outpost. So we're going to go here. It's going to be pattern 123, and the Ultimate Glay Enhanced Cells is going to be the opposite pattern, which is going to be the 122 pattern. So you're kind of farming for two things at once here. You probably know what this Outpost is. It's formerly known as the Valby Run farm. So yeah, we're going to teleport here to the defense line, and I will show you this Outpost. Go ahead and change to Sharen, and we are going to go hack it. See, if I scroll over here, the 123 pattern, it can only be obtained if we successfully infiltrate the Outpost, so that's why you need Sharen. Also, even if you don't need to hack the Outpost, let's say we were going for pattern 122, it's always a good idea to hack them because you're getting an increased chance for those stabilizers to drop, which boosts your chances of getting the item you want, like, considerably. So you always want to be hacking. It's just, there's no downside to it. If you are trying to do it in public, it could be a little bit harder though, because people just like running in there and nuking it. So make sure to do this in private if you can. So what you're going to do here is just run here, stealth in, and we're just going to start disabling the devices. This outpost can be pretty rough just because the boss here, if you are not built, he does a lot of damage, and he can also freeze you. So what I usually do is I clear out the ads first, and then I'll focus on the boss. You always want to aim for his head, you'll do a lot more damage. So just kind of nuke him here, and then remember you can re-stealth with Sharen mid-fight to get a little bit of a damage increase, because when she comes out of stealth, she does increase damage. He's going to throw these hockey pucks at you that track you. See how this is following me? So you want to like run behind a wall like that, and then you're just going to kill the orbs. And then you're just going to focus the boss. Thunder Cage is always a good weapon for this because you can just clear out the mobs really quickly, and then you would just kill them. And there we go. So after that, assuming you got the pattern, we're going to teleport back to the defense line, and we are going to change to Ultimate Bunny, or, you know, whoever your strongest ultimate is. Mine's Ultimate Bunny, so that's who I use for boss fights. And the boss that we're going to be fighting is down here. Keep in mind, this boss is extremely tanky, so if you want to hack this outpost in private like 5 to 10 times, or however you want to do it, however many patterns you want to get before you go fight this boss, you could then come up here and change it to public, and then people are most likely going to be also fighting this boss if you are struggling to kill him, because he can be tanky for sure. So we're just going to run down here and jump down, and we are going to summon him. He is going to fire these grenades at you, and we're just gonna aim for his head. And if you want, you can take cover behind like a rock or something. Always try and take cover. You can also kite him around that thing as well. And if you really want to, you can also come up here and like cheese him. So if I run up to him, he's just gonna melee me like that the whole time. Of course, I'm on Bunny, so I probably shouldn't be doing this. But yeah. This is kind of a cheese method if you want to just cheese him if you don't have enough damage. But see how I'm unloading like my entire round and he's still not dying? So I'm going to have to use my spells here. But if you're on a different Descendant where you don't require like movement, you can just run up to him like that. So I'm just going to clear out his ads, and then we're just gonna kill him like this. Again, if you don't have Bunny built up, because I'm like super built, I have like high voltage and stuff like that. If you want, you can also run up to him and die, and it will reset your ammo. So then you would just kill him, and you would loot the orb, roll your pattern, and that's how you would do that. Then we're gonna move on to the ultimate Bunny code. So we're gonna ignore these because that's Hanged Man. Technically, you could do this one in normal if you just had an easier time downing Hanged Man, since it's a 3%. However, in hard mode, it jumps up to a 6%, so I recommend doing it in hard mode as always. Also, Hanged Man is just a pain in the ass because if you don't know the mechanic, it will just be difficult to down. So the easiest option would be the Outpost here, because Obstructor is pretty far down the list in the hard bosses. So we're going to do the Outpost, which is going to be here in the Echo Swamp, and we're going to teleport to the Derelict Covert. So if I scroll over this one, as you can see, this one we technically don't have to use Sharen. However, as I was saying earlier, I always recommend doing it with Sharen because you have increased chances to get those stabilizers. So it's kind of up to you. If you don't want to take the extra time to hack it, you don't have to. However, I highly recommend just hacking it with Sharen because those stabilizers are going to help you more than you think to get the piece that you want. So make sure that you are keeping that in mind if you are trying to be optimal. So I am going to change to Sharen, and we're just going to roll down here and hack it. So stealth in, operate the device. And this one only has 3, so it shouldn't be that difficult. And I found the easiest way is to just hop up on this rock and then shoot him in the head. And that's how you do it. See how I just got a stabilizer right there? So that's kind of what I'm talking about. You always do want to hack those outposts. Then we're going to teleport back here, change to our most powerful Descendant, and we are going to go over here to this boss right here. This guy can be a pain in the ass, so keep that in mind. So also, whenever you're watching this video, this does require inorganic and organic. If you are watching this video in the future, this void fragment right here, I believe is getting buffed to where the minions come out of the door faster, so this might be the play. For the inorganic shards in the future, I don't know how fast it's going to be. Right now it's pretty slow, but however you guys want to do it to get your shards, but that's what it's going to take. And we're going to go over here and fight this boss, and that's going to be over here. You're going to take a hard left, and you're going to roll down under this bridge, and it's going to be in this cave right here. As I said, this guy sucks, so if you need to, you can set your world to public and then just fight this guy after you've gotten like, you know, 5 to 10 patterns, whatever you want to do. And you're just going to shoot him, and I like kind of just like cheesing this guy with my bunny because I can just kind of like roll around and just dodge all his stuff. But, you know, however you want to do it, as I said, this guy can be a pain. I found that sometimes standing on top of this box, he can't hit me. So if you want to try that, you can, but it doesn't work all the time. It's just sometimes. And keep in mind, you can die on purpose if you need to reset your ammo. But yeah, this guy, he definitely is not easy, especially if you're not geared. So make sure to set your world to public if you do need help with that. So you're just going to kill him, and then we are going to roll the loot. And as you can see here, the code is going to be right here. And if I wanted to, I could stabilizer to up it to a 10% chance. So that's, you know, 4% increased chance, you know. But anyways, then you just roll it and pray to the RNG gods you get it. I did not, but that's okay. And you would just rinse and repeat and do that until you get the piece. And assuming you have all that done, you would just come over here to the research thing, type in Ultimate Bunny, and then you would just throw your pieces in, and then you would just wait, I believe it's 16 hours, 16 to 18 hours. It's 18 hours, so you would wait 18 hours and then another 36 hours and you would unlock her. So that is how you're going to do that. Appreciate you guys so much for watching. I am Samix Plays. I hope I did help you out. If I did help you out in any way, please consider dropping a sub. It helps me tremendously. I know I already uploaded this video, but a lot of people in the community were confused once they did all those big patch changes. And as I said, I did a poll to see what you guys wanted to see, and this won the poll by far. So I hope this updated guide did help. There's like a few changes. It didn't change too much, but this is more of a more optimal guide. So I hope I did help people out there, or maybe future players that are finding this video. I hope I helped you out. Thank you guys so much for all the support. I am Samix Plays, and good luck on your Ultimate Bunny farm. Peace.